Chelsea closing in on a £35 million deal for Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly. So he's 31 years old. He's a centre-back that is a very good centre-back as well. And it's a position, obviously, that Chelsea are losing two of their centre-backs. I mean, one of them in Rudiger, Christensen the other one, but Rudiger, just a real leader and a brilliant player. So they needed to sort that out in some way. Now, he has 1 year left on his contract, Koulibaly, and the Blues basically are looking at him for £35 million, which sounds like a bit of a bargain, doesn't it? Here is everything that you need to know about the defender from European football expert Andy Brassel.
Kalidou Koulibaly has been a key piece for Napoli for, 8 years now? Arrived from Genk in 2014. And in that time, he's built a reputation as not just one of the best defenders in Italy, but one of the best central defenders in Europe. He's nicknamed K2 in Italy. And you think that he's a certain type of defender. And yes, he is strong. He is a good leader. He is difficult to get past. He's a good tackler. But it's not just about the strength. He's someone who's really astute, who reads the game really well. He doesn't dive into tackles or anything like that. So he's adapted really well, I think, with the need of a modern central defender. He's pretty elegant, doesn't give the ball away very often. But I think, given that he's won the African Cup of Nations recently with Senegal as well, that's probably given him a bit more of a feeling of, I want to get the trophies in now while I've still got a chance, having just turned 31. Chelsea, I think, fits.
Okay, there we go. Thanks to Andy Brassel, our European football expert. So, Koulibaly going to Chelsea. £35 million is the amount that's been reported at the moment. Would this, Gabby, for you, be a good signing for Chelsea?
I think it's a good sign. I really like him, but I feel like 35 million for a 31-year-old, the price. But maybe that's today's market, Ali, that you have to pay that sort of money. But they needed to replace Rudiger. I just feel like Rudiger's strength, physicality, pace, they needed to definitely get him in, because Thiago Silva, great defender, but to lose Rudiger, to lose Christensen, Chelsea needed more cover.
I don't know that 35 million would feel like a lot for Chelsea. Or maybe that's the old Chelsea, but I know what you're saying about being 31 years old, but yeah, that's a hell of a defender now, Ali.
Yeah. I think so. I think I said earlier, Gabby, I think 2 or 3 seasons ago there was clubs queuing up to get him because he was in peak form. He obviously was under contract at Napoli. He's only got a year to go. That'll obviously have an effect on the price tag as well, being a little bit lower. But you're right, 31 years age. But you know something? I think he's, I might be wrong, but I think he's more a Rudiger type of centre half, and in terms of his replacement, because I think he's aggressive. I think he's in your face, the same as Rudiger was. And I think it's a really important signing, because obviously Christensen been away as well to a lesser degree. I think they'll miss Rudiger more.
I think as well, Ali, you look at like Spurs, they've got Romero, no nonsense, quick, aggressive defender. Manchester City, Diaz, same, no nonsense defender. Arsenal to a certain degree, Gabriel, no nonsense defender. Chelsea need one. They need to replace Rudiger. Thiago Silva, great defender, but doesn't have that speed. So you'd be open if you had someone like Azpilicueta next to him. So great signing for Chelsea, and like you said, 35 million must just be the going rate. Yeah,
I think it is, because when you look at what they're potentially going to offer for Nathan Ake, that's 40 million. And Nathan Ake, of course, actually, I think the two of those together actually could be quite a good partnership, couldn't they? Yeah. City fans were big fans of Nathan Ake, even though he wasn't a regular starter. Yeah. But when he was called upon, he was reliable. So I think him going to Chelsea and those two being together, could that be there? We know that defensively Thomas Tuchel knows how to tighten up, doesn't he? Because that's one of the first things that he did with Chelsea. Yeah. So that could, Ali, if they can get back to being a tight defence, and if they can try and replace the gap that will be left by the signings that have gone the other way, do you think that this could be a Chelsea side with Raheem Sterling in it now as well? Do you think that this is now a Chelsea side that actually could challenge the top two, catch them, close the gap? What would it be?
I still think they need a centre forward. I mean, I'm pushing it a little bit, but if they go and get the marquee signing of Lewandowski, that would be an unbelievable window for Chelsea, I've got to say. I know there's still rumours that have been linked with him, but in terms of the defence, massively important, because Chelsea's clearly, Thomas Tuchel, you're spot on, would you? Organised them really well defensively, and yet when you take two centre backs, two key items out that whether it's a back four or the three, they have to be replaced. Yeah, Nathan Ake, obviously, as you rightly said, probably didn't play as much at City as he would have wanted. Obviously, competition up there is fierce. But Diaz is probably one that you would think would start before anybody in that particular defence. But no, I think Chelsea have gone about their business really, really well. Will they compete with the top two? I'm not just convinced yet. But if they went and made a marquee sign as a centre forward, they'd have a chance. Yes.
They need to though, Ali, because Havertz's great player. Sterling coming in is going to guarantee you goals and assists, but they need that striker, don't they? Look at Spurs, Manchester City, Liverpool, all got top strikers now. Yep. Chelsea need to fill in that position. Even another winger, they're after Rafinha. He left them on hold and then chose Barcelona. Ziyech, Pulisic, for me, not good enough. And they'll probably try and get rid of them. Hudson-Odoi in and out the team. So they definitely need some more firepower, definitely. Because at the moment, I'd say Spurs are probably better suited now to challenge the top two than Chelsea for me.
Really?
I just think that frightening attack. The midfield, they've strengthened with Basuma. Defence is the only problem for Spurs. If they can get another right back, a left back, and maybe one more centre half, I think that's where Conte will look at now. But going forward, they've got Richarlison available now as an option. Midfield's been strengthened as well. I just feel like they're in a better position.
Would you say that they are, in that case, would you say that Spurs are more likely to go further in the Champions League than Chelsea?
Chelsea have got that experience though, haven't they, in the Champions League? You look at Thiago Silva back there, the players that they've got that have been there and won it. It's hard to say that, but with Conte, his experience as a manager, I feel like Spurs will have a decent run in the Champions League, but I do feel Chelsea will do better in the Champions League.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.